What other time to do it than now? Like, for real. Shit. Well, I'm gonna try not to cuss on here. But you just gotta go out and do it. But, I mean, see, it's gonna be very difficult making this first video, but I know I have to make it. It's kind of more as an introduction to what this channel is, who I am. I mean, it's time. What other time to do something than the now, than the present? Why are we putting things aside? We know we should at least try it. We should at least do it. I'm tired of just having an idea and never fulfilling it. At least never opening the door. The door just existing. Man, I never walked through it, so I don't even know what's at the other end of it. But with that being said, at least at the start, I would like to say that, welcome to this channel, welcome to this introduction to hopefully, a growing community of, open-minded individuals who offer their perspectives to me, to their friends, their loved ones, this community that we can build. Life is not the same for everybody. Definitely not. Life is very much a portrait painted by many painters. There's no way to view one thing unless you find somebody who's like-minded as you. But even the times that you don't find it, you would like to know the reason for an alternative perspective. Like, why does somebody see it this way? There's a lot of reasons and a lot of branches of, a conscious mind that can go into different routes of what something means to them. And to introduce myself, I would like to say that the reason there's a deer or a buck with horns looking at me. I've made more than one kind of like introduction video, and the last one I made, it's not the same one, but it looked at me. This time it stomped its foot. It's telling me it's the one. It's time. Or it's looking for its family. That as well. I mean, however you look at it, it's very much an individual thing. Whatever relates to you at the time. But like I was saying before I got distracted, be who you are. And I think that's in the description, but don't be afraid. Don't hide yourself anymore. You got to show the world who you are in whatever passion that may be. I can't really say much on my own passions other than I would say I'm most passionate about learning about people's perspectives and how it's developed. Learning about yourself, the reasons for being the way someone, is at the time. There can be a lot of reasons. A lot can be negative, but that's, you have a choice. Life is decision based, like like a video game, I guess, but it's decision is based off of what you allow your reality to be. It's how you want to see the world. Whenever you realize that you really are the decider of how you see things, how you let things make you feel, then your world can literally be anything that you want it to be. Like, for example, I guess I can say for like my whole life, I've always put my true self in the back seat. I never really wanted to shine on a way because I feel like expose myself would just expose only negative qualities. I only really saw negative qualities in myself, and most people, they can tell me, oh, you're this and that, this is the positive thing about you, but in my mind, it's like, I don't know if that's what you're saying is real, but it's what I determine, right? It's what I'm saying about how I take compliments or how I take insults, like, for real, to be honest. Don't feel ashamed. Don't feel ashamed. Don't you have to face yourself. You have to really tell yourself, is the way I view myself, is this how I want it to be? Or am I just gonna allow X example to continue? The cycles that we all live in, especially now with technology, a lot of the whole brain rot stuff, a lot of the whole, when it comes with content, you can be very much entertained or you can be very much distracted. And I would like to say personally, like I would distract myself mainly on video games. Video games is like one of my favorite things. But there was one point where it wasn't, it's not really. I would use it as a distraction, but I also use it as something to escape from. So I would play the game to not play as myself. When I'm in the game, I'm not my character. I'm not me. I'm not who I am. I'd rather play somebody else. But I'm ready to be player one for real. And I think everybody should feel like that. Everybody should feel like they're in control of the destiny. They're in control of, kind of like you create like a force field. You create like a field around you. You have a field of energy. Everybody does. But to be more to have more examples on that, you allow the energy from other people or situations in life, circumstances, to create a perspective or create something that will prohibit you to do something positive. And then you would probably find some distraction to then bury that hope or that feeling that you don't want to feel, that you don't want to confront. We don't really confront a lot of things. We don't confront our problems. We normally just, hopefully that it just goes away. And that's just not the way it is, because then it's just going to eat at you. Be proud of yourself. All that you endure, all that you think of, all the ideas that come to you, you should at least write it down and explore it whenever you have the chance. Don't be like, well, I can't do this. I don't think I can do this, and then just give up. Because what? You're not gonna be much other than you're not determining what you want. You're not putting focus in what you desire, what you love, what you want to explore, because you think that you're gonna be bad at it. Like, I can understand, because I would say that I was like that. You weren't always confident in yourself, so you just decided to just do what you normally do, or not, or just half-ass the things that you want to start on. And when it doesn't look so good, it doesn't look like it's in your favor yet, you just throw it away. And then it's in your mind, you're like, I can still do it. And then that idea will go somewhere else, to somebody else, kind of like a cloud of thoughts. It can be tapped into from different people. People can desire what you desire, but it's all about action. And it's difficult. It's like you have to find a way to jump that hurdle or that wall, be able to climb that wall that is yourself. And I think that's also something that I want to dive into, which is you being your own worst enemy. And I can say, for myself, I grew up being my enemy. Like, I didn't really always like myself, for real, but shit, I'm in love with myself now. I can do anything. I know I can. But I never always thought that. I would think the complete opposite. So, events that have unfolded, perspectives changing, life just being the way it is, which is a lesson in many forms. And whether you have the open mind or heart to tackle it in a certain way is your decision. And I would like to say that everybody's decision should at least be to understand, however you want to look at it, what goes on within yourself, and why you make certain decisions. Why did I do this? You're responsible for a lot more than I feel like than we think of. We leave everything else sometimes, especially if you're lazy, leave everything up to circumstance and whatever. And whenever you think that you're gonna get something done or it's gonna get attacked, like whenever it gets there, it gets there. But what needs to happen is right now. It needs to happen right now. To tell you the truth, we can't hold off on this stuff anymore. We can't hold off from what we want from and who we want to be as people. So, with that being an introduction / message, stay awesome, stay bright, be a ray of light. Peace.